Welcome to this short tutorial on using On1 Photo 10 and the Effects module to apply some selective dodging and burning to an image. And for this, there is just no one way of doing something. Everybody has their own preferred method, but I'm just going to show you how I would use On1 effects module to apply selective dodging and burning using the tone enhancer. So I'm taking it that at this stage you should have processed your raw file in your chosen program, and now you're ready to add further stylization to your image. So what you'll notice once you're in effects, you have a preview of your image. On the left hand side you'll see a series of, or a menu of filters, and think of these as places that you can go to, select them, and what they'll do is they'll make some generalized adjustments to your image. So it's like going to a shop really and picking something off the shelf, but you can customize those to your own requirements, and you can add or you can take away certain elements if you wish. You've also got a series of presets from the menu, and again that's like going to a shop and buying something off the shelf. What you can get with the presets is that think of them as a package of filters that you could apply to a photo. And On1 Photo 10 comes with its own bundled presets, but you do have the option, with time and experience, you will be able to create your own presets. And say for instance you've taken a photo shoot at a particular location and you want to apply the same stylization to all of those photos, well, using the presets enable you to do your digital workflow more quickly. Okay, so back to adding our filter, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the tone enhancer. We will create two filters or adjustment layers so that we can apply lightening and darkening to specific areas of the photo using an adjustment brush. So what I'm doing is that the tone enhancer will, when you select it, it'll apply default adjustments, and you want to zero these because the area that we are concerned with is using the tone curve. Right, the next stage that we need to be concerned with is the tone curve, as I said. And you'll notice that you have a straight line, and the straight line starts or ends with the blacks and the shadows. It'll move through your midtones to the highlights and white. So we're going to create an anchor point where the lines intersect. We're going to push that, and I know it's going to make the photo look absolutely horrible at this stage, but what we're going to do is invert that mask, and later on what we'll do is we'll use an adjustment brush to apply the lightening and the darkening effects. So that's the first. You need to create another. And this time we're going to drag it downwards to make it darker. Invert the layer. So that's returned to the original state. Next stage, we're going to apply some dodging to the image. So we select our first adjustment filter or layer. And along the top, we've got a series of options that we can customize further. We can, obviously, you wouldn't want to work at 100% opacity because that would be too much too soon. So we work at a very low opacity and we build up the effect. The next, we adjust the feather. So you'll notice with the adjustment brush you have two circles. The inner circle represents the hard brush, and the outer circle represents the feather effect, the softness. So we want a fairly soft brush when we're working with this because we want a nice blend. We can also adjust the size of the brush as well. And we've got another option to either paint in the effect or paint out. If you make a mistake, then you change your brush to paint out and you can correct your mistake. Okay, so I'm just doing this very rough so that you get an idea of what it's doing to the image. And I think in On1 Photo you can also adjust, if you're using a Wacom pen and tablet, you can tell it to react to the amount of pressure that you're applying with the pen on the tablet, so that it simulates you working with, pencil, pen, a brush with paint. The more pressure you apply, the more dense the effect. Now you should be able to see the effect starting to come through on the image. It's taking a little bit, there's a bit of a lag with this because I've got several programs that are running in the background, and it tends to slow the computer down. But what we can do is toggle our preview on and off. So that's the original, that's the after, and what you can see is that the light is creating more of a sense of depth to the photo. So I'm going to leave the dodging there, and you can finish off in your own time with your own images. And I'm going to switch to the burn adjustment filter, and again you can adjust your opacity and the size of your brush. I'm just going to use it also to darken the sky, because there is a filter in effects that enables you to darken the sky, and what it does, it works with selective colour channels. You know, for instance, if you've got a fall enhancer or a green enhancer, then all that it's doing is just working on selected colour channels. But in actual fact, what you could do is darken a sky just using the, burning technique. Okay, so if I switch off the preview to that, that's the before, that's after. So that just gives you a little taster of dodging and burning using the tone enhancer in On1 Photo 10 effects module.